But you can't get
What is going on, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and my girl Deep Conversations with Shun is here. Okay, we are going to be talking about Zatima, Child, whatever the latest 2 episodes of Food was, and stuff. Okay, girl, you ready to go on the screen, child?
Girl, not quite, but give me like 5 minutes and I'm with you, friend. Like 5 minutes.
I took the overlay down, so I'm going to leave your pretty little profile picture up.
All right, okay. Thank you, friend.
Yeah. So, y'all, we are here. What are we going to talk about? Zatima or Sistas first? What you want to do?
Let's do Zatima.
Okay, let's go. Child, let me pull up Zatima, child, because you know I likes to
pull up the show,
so I can make sure we stay on track. So what you get done? What you get done this time, friend?
Girl, I had to give me a good old. You know, I know people don't like the creamy crack, but I got me some creamy crack in my head, child.
What? Do you get that every time or no?
No.
Usually, your hair is natural and stay straight like that?
So I'm not natural because I do get a perm, but I only get a perm like twice out of a year. So every 6 months I'll get a perm, and it stays straight like this. Only thing that I keep up is my shave part where my designs are at. That's because it's so short, and I'll just do that. But I can still probably go about 3 months before it's time for me to even do a partial. But yeah.
Oh my
God.
God.
I could possibly go natural and be fine with the texture of my hair, but yeah.
Wow.
I probably won't get another perm until probably the end of this year.
Child, these Ghanaian bush naps over here, I will have to go ahead. I will have to go ahead and give me a little creamy something up on here, okay? Because the way this up into a knot and a ball and a prayer. No.
So have you been natural?
Huh?
How long have you been natural?
I have been natural since I was, let me see, what year was that? Ooh. I've been natural since I was like 23.
Oh, okay. You've been doing this for a while. Okay.
Yeah, so if that's the year, it's 2025. So that's what, like 17 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been natural for a long time. I haven't had not one relaxer.
Wow, I ain't made it that long. No, I ain't make it that long.
And that was when my hair was short too. So that was the last time my hair was short. That's why I had it.
Yeah, I did not make it that long.
My friend is in the building. What's up? Look, Sean, I gotta tell you later on, I might be in trouble, child.
Friend.
I need a
What done happened?
It ain't got nothing to do with sisters, but I tell you behind the scenes.
Okay. I'm scared.
Girl, I'm not. But you know.
Okay, well, hey, look, as long as you're good, I'm good. So there's that.
So y'all, let's start off with a sister, Zatima. Okay, season 3, episode 17.
Friend, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question real quick? Do you think that he got new writers for Zatima? Do you think is Tyler Perry still writing Zatima, or he got new writers for Zatima too?
I think he's using the new writers on Zatima too, and it's just as terrible. Yeah. It's just because
I actually think the opposite.
Really?
I was like, wait, it seemed like it got really good. No. Okay.
No, I hate this. I hate this immaturity of Zach. He can't evolve. Like, I'm tired. I am physically exhausted.
But don't it seem like the last 2 episodes, like they snapped his finger and they boom, they got him on track or something? No.
Oh, he ain't on track at all.
Oh,
like,
okay.
He didn't even want to go apologize to Jeremiah.
But he did though, friend. He
did, but he didn't want to. Now, I hope Jeremiah don't waste that $5,000, but we're gonna get into that on the second episode. But we start off with Leslie, okay.
Girl.
And what's the man name, child? Hold on. Malachi. First of all, why? That's my cute little nephew's name. So Leslie and Malachi, they sitting at the dinner table with Zach and Fatima. And apparently Leslie lets the cat out the bag that Malachi is so obsessed with Fatima. That's why he made her do her hair like her. First of all, how you know Fatima's hair was like that?
Hair like that, right?
It was not like that at the gym.
Correct.
It was not like that at the gym. So are you following her around so you can see what her hair looks like to tell your wife to do her hair like that? That's strange. Absolutely strange. Then you are AIing photos. You are just changing photos around to make it look like she was in the bed with you to piss Zach off and sending it to your wife. So the wife, Leslie, has this picture thinking that they're sleeping together.
Right.
But I'm like, that didn't even make any sense because Leslie was just about to be dicking and doing it on the counter with him. Where Zach came in there and threw him across the room.
But this is what I don't understand. Okay, so this is where the writing goes bad. But it's like, okay, again, like you said, where did the hairstyle come in at? Why would you send this to your wife to make her jealous? And what are we getting out of this?
Right.
I'm confused. What are we getting out of this?
Yeah, it's stupid. It's real stupid. Like I didn't get it. Miss B laughing at what I got to tell you later because she know. Hey Chad, hope everyone had a good day today. Yes, hey April, we are having an amazing day now that you are here as well. Okay, but y'all listen. This whole scene, I didn't understand it. It didn't make any sense because again, why did you know what her hair looked like? How did you know? To this picture that you have put together, I don't know, like what was the picture put together for? Because it wasn't going to piss off your wife because your wife knows that you want her to be like Fatima, hence why she did her hair like that. So you sending her that picture is supposed to do what? So then she shows the picture at the dinner table. It makes me feel like, okay, did you purposely tell her? Did Malachi tell Leslie to show that picture at the dinner table to Zach to piss Zach off so that Zach would leave Fatima? And
but
then
what's the point of all of the? I just love my wife so much I can't keep my hands out. What is the point of all of that then?
It didn't make any sense. It absolutely didn't make any sense. So that's what I'm saying. Tyler Perry got them other writers on here making it worse because it don't make no sense. But then Fatima ends up looking at Zach like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I invited them over. But the whole time she inviting them over so that she can get Malachi to go ahead and do something, finesse something with the cameras because Big Angie over there shaking and twirling and dipping and doing it on the countertops of success. Okay. I just all over her house, just dropping it like it's hot on different peen every week, every day, getting recorded and didn't even know it. You ain't even know it. I'm like, girl, are you auditioning to be like the queen of child? One of them sites, I ain't gonna say the name because I don't know if we gonna get in trouble if I say it, child. Look at friend. She is cute, y'all. Okay.
I'm really hot now. I left my laptop in my car. I was like, forget it. I'm not gonna go back in there. It's gonna be on the phone for today.
That's okay. Look, I used to do all my videos from my phone. Okay. I'm good for the phone, okay? But yeah, Angela, what let's rewind. What did you think? Because we didn't talk about the 2 episodes before these. What are your thoughts on
Mm-hmm.
Angela and Bryce and this whole camera situation and how she done dumped the old man?
That was it was actually fun to say, man, I may mess up with my own man. But I'll say this. I think it should have been the light skinned guy. Was it Sean, I believe? I think it
Yeah,
would have made for better TV if it was her little jump off versus it being Bryce is the weirdo guy and he's been hemmed up for some money and this how it happened. Like to me, I didn't like this storyline. It should have been Sean because Sean was mad that she would give him no time and play with his, and play with his time. So as a retaliation or revenge, I'm going to post you up here. Now do something about it. I think it would have made more sense to do that versus, oh, I owe somebody some money and they hacked me. Like, come on.
that
Like
don't
the
make no sense.
likelihood, thank you, of this even happening is crazy to me. So when that happened, and I didn't like the fact that she wouldn't give him his phone back. I didn't like the fact that the
Sean, you
police
are a
came.
little you're like muffled or
I'm
something. Like
muffled.
I don't know if it's the if it's sometimes because you let me hear it now.
How I sound now?
That's way better. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, must have been my AirPod I had in. I
Oh,
thought the AirPods make it better.
I
No,
thought
man.
so too, but that wasn't. Mm-mm.
Dang, I'm sorry. My bad,
No, it's
y'all.
okay.
Mixing up the stuff.
No, because I
But
wanted to hear what you were saying, girl. So I need to hear it clear.
I wish. So you heard me when I say it should have been Sean instead of.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. So here's the thing as well. I also think that it was stupid for her to play this game. I ain't giving you your phone. I ain't giving you nothing. It's his
Mm-hmm.
phone, ma'am. Like if somebody did that to you, you'll be losing all of your mind and then some.
Yeah,
Get a
absolutely.
man his phone, then say, hey, can I see what's going on? Like, it was nothing for you to ask that. And then when the police came, yeah, get him. Like, girl, for what?
Girl, crazy.
I don't know.
Absolutely
I didn't kind of
crazy.
like that, but that's just me.
April said Angela said Sean is dumb as a box of rocks. Angela was wrong for not giving that guy his phone back, and the dude ended up getting arrested. Yeah, I thought that
Thank
was stupid.
you.
Like first of all, he the one told you what was going on.
Thank you.
Like, and it's not like he came back in your house thinking that he was about to get some. He was trying to tell you what was going on.
And
All
then
you
he
had to
was
do is
about
give
to
him his
leave.
phone. Yeah, just give him his phone and tell him to get out. That's it. And he left the first time. So obviously he will leave. Like
Yep.
I thought that was really messed up that she
Mm-hmm.
called the police on him and he got locked up or whatever over her and her foolishness.
I
And
agree.
Fatima told you to stop having all these different men up and around your daggone house.
She told him. She showed
So,
it.
girl, a hot mess, a whole hot hell of a mess. But moving on, shall we? I guess we back now to this episode. So they end up kicking Leslie and Malachi the freak on up out their house. Okay, so they get
Mm-hmm.
out, and of course, now they want to talk about. They go at nauseum talking about how bad the food was, and this. I was like, see,
Right.
this is where we know that this is fucked up. This whole yeah, because now why are we talking about the food for 5 minutes? This don't make no sense. Y'all messing up time.
Do you think that it needed to be like instead of them jumping right into the mess and jumping right into what you doing here, why you here type situation, let's kind of break it up a little bit instead of going straight into the drama. I'm trying to help them out. I'm trying to get the people a little piece of grace. I don't know.
No, I think they needed to just get this scene over with. I think Leslie
Oh,
was talking way too long. I think all of this was stupid because obviously Leslie is okay with being Fatima's doppelganger. So it's like, why did you even bring up the picture? Why are you trying to piss Zach off? If anything, I would want to keep her with Zach so you can stay with your man.
right. But that's the part I don't understand. Neither, even with Leslie, girl, you putting up with it. You are married the man. So what difference does it make? Obviously, you're okay with it. Because there's no way at all that you are going to be professing your love to me about another chick.
Right.
I am not about to do anything to look like another chick. Like, what are we doing? Can we back up just a little bit? What did you think about Fatima not being surprised about Zach being at home?
I'm sure she knew his knucklehead friends was gonna get him out of jail once they knew that, he was alive. That Jeremiah was
was
alive.
alive. I
But
think it
my
should have
whole
been
thing
better
is,
though.
huh?
I think it should have been better. Like when Leslie said, "Oh, because Zach was here," however she worded it, she would have been like, "Who?" And then, "Oh, okay, yeah. Let me go up there." Because even Zach was like, "Oh, so you ain't surprised to see me?" I feel like this scene was just for her was just way too cool.
It was, because
In
my
my
thing is, he just got out of jail and throwing people across countertops and coming in here and y'all just chilling.
Thank you.
This is stupid. This makes absolutely no sense. I grow tired of this. I grow
Yeah.
tired of this. So anyway, then they get into quickly talking about Jeremiah, after they done kick Leslie and Malachi the freak on up out of there. They get to talking about Jeremiah and how, Zach needs to go over there and talk to Jeremiah, because even though Jeremiah is alive, she's telling him he can press charges on your butt because that's all over the internet on video.
Yeah.
What you did. And Zach is just sitting there without a care in the world. He don't care. He don't give two F's about what he did. And my thing is, Zach, this character has got to grow up, because
you gotta grow
it
up.
is just very ridiculous. Like, I feel like the way that Zach responds to stuff is more of like what Karen would like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Karen wants somebody to do crazy shit. Like, I feel like he was with Karen for so long that he felt like that was how he was supposed to respond being with her.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a scene, I can't remember. I saw something, I was like, ooh, Karen likes this shit. It was something that happened. I think it was one of the times Aaron was doing something ridiculous or going off the handle, and she felt great because he was defending her or whatever.
Yeah. With the hospital?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she was like, ooh, I love it, And I'm like, okay, so she the type of chick that would like Zach to be doing some shit like that, and later on when he go to jail, she like, oh, well, he was in there because he was defending me, girl. My man loved me.
Now he love me.
Like, girl, yeah, he loved you behind bars in the booty house. Like, what? That ain't it. I want my man in the out here in these streets with me, not in the jail. That ain't gonna work. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So, child, moving on. We'll talk about that when we get to Karen and her foolishness. So, Fatima ends up going to bed. They talk about how nasty the food is. Moving on. So then Zach goes to the barbershop with Tony. So Tony been locking the doors up and taking edibles and getting high in the barbershop for the last couple of episodes. Okay. I don't know why he feel like he got to take the edible in the barbershop. Do you live here?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, what's going on? And if an edible, like, we know all what we do, it mellows people out for some. Why would you want to be off your game? If somebody was to come in there and run up, as we will see, and we get to it later, I need to have all of my good five senses, okay? I need to be able to see, taste, smell, hear, touch. I need to be doing all the things.
Yeah.
You're making yourself to the point to where you gonna be delayed.
Right. Absolutely. And you forgot to lock the door when Zach left.
Yeah.
And you were so pressed when I think the first time somebody came in and he was locking the door up. Soon as they left out, he was at that door locking the door. So he like real annoyed up. So it just like when I saw him walk away after Zach left out and didn't lock the door, I was like, oh, something gonna happen. I
said the same thing. And here's the thing. Tony come up there. He's like, what's the other guy name? The cheetah.
Nathan.
Nathan comes up there all the time.
Why not walk out the door with Nathan when Zach left?
Exactly.
Why you didn't walk out with Zach? Be like, oh, okay, I ain't got to lay low. I ain't got to wait for no time. I just gonna
Right.
get up out of here and go on and leave. Why?
Exactly.
What you waiting around for? You acting like a sitting duck that's waiting to get popped. But okay,
Yeah, you got your pow pow in there, and I guess you think that's all you need. No. But you ain't get you got a pow pow with no wits about you.
yeah,
I don't get it. I don't get it. But
yeah,
hey, you like it, I love it, sir. Go on, set yourself off. So he sits down to talk with Zach, and Zach pretty much tells him, yeah, Fatima said that I need to go up there and talk to Jeremiah, and Tony agrees. He says, yeah, I think you should, because man, that's all over the internet or whatever. You really can get yourself in trouble. And he was like, you sound like Fatima. Then he was like, what am I going to say to him when I go up there? And Tony was like, you just need to apologize or whatever, and just you need to do something, man. And
start
so
with
he's
I'm
like,
sorry. How about that?
yeah, just say I'm sorry. How about that?
Let's start
Like,
there.
he was like, you want to go back to jail? And my thing is, like, Zach, you don't want to apologize to this man, and you talking about you did it for your kids and this, that, and the third, and Fatima, but yet you're going to be leaving Fatima to raise your children by herself.
Correct.
That's not okay.
Yeah, I think in a. I think in that moment, of course, he ain't thinking. Of course, we know
Mm-hmm.
that Zach is immature, childish, and all the things. But when he calmed down, and even when Fatima talked to him while he was in jail and trying to get him to understand, to me, he said he understand, but I don't think you do. You're out and you still having this I don't give a doggone attitude.
Right.
And you're sitting in jail. Fatima already gave you a culture shock. Like, okay, why would you do this to me and our baby? A, then you hit out with your friends. Your friends are pretty much telling you the same thing, and you still got this nonchalant, I don't give a doggone attitude. When it's gonna sink in? But
It
I
ain't.
do think it sinks in when he go and visit him. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
when it kind of hit him.
Yeah. Well,
I think
it ain't hit him hard a daggone enough.
you don't
Cause
think
he
so?
no. Mm-mm. Because I think that Zach, first of all, the fact that he even said, I mean, that's a lot of money. Should we give it to him, the $5,000 for the rehab? I don't think Zach really believes that Jeremiah wants to get better. But rightfully so, because he's been saying he wanted to get better
If
for
it's
so
sick,
long
yeah,
and not
mm-hmm,
doing it. But I
yeah,
think that Tyler Perry is writing it in for Jeremiah to actually get better, because the
yeah,
character did he commented on Instagram how he actually did used to be a junkie,
mm-hmm.
and playing a junkie is triggering him.
Oh, I can see that.
So he said he begged and pleaded for Tyler Perry to write his character where he's
Mm-hmm.
not a junkie anymore, because it's really messing with his mind.
Okay. I
So I
think that's fair.
pray that Tyler Perry listened to him
Yeah.
and wrote his character
Please.
out of that. Yeah.
Once. Listen. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Linda. Please
Right.
listen.
Exactly. Angela says Sean is done. Oh, okay. We read that one. I think Leslie too tired of living in 14. Totally agree. Yeah. So hopefully, hopefully, child, he write him out of this foolishness. But did you notice how? Okay, so Zach goes to the hospital after this.
Mm-hmm.
He talks to his brother, and this is where he tells him he wants to get better. He don't want to be like his mother. He says that he's been jealous of Zach because he gets all the girls. He got the money, you know what I mean? He's ambitious, and he ain't nothing but an effing junkie. So, he has been jealous of Zach. That's why he treats him the way that he does. And so Zach, realizing that, I guess he had, I guess he did feel, I guess I gotta agree with you a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like Zach always gonna have that little piece of back of mind that's like, ugh, I don't really trust your ass. So they hug it out, tell each other they love each other, and he says Zach agrees to help him and give him the resources to make sure that he gets better.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think about when Zach came back and they talked about rehab? But Zach didn't tell him that the mother's funeral was that day.
I think for him, I think it is. Let me see if he's serious for real. If I'm gonna go to drop this 5 stacks, This is just me talking, in my opinion. Let me see if this man for real.
Yeah.
Because it could be a thing. If we leave you out one more day, you going back to the hood, you ain't gonna do no but possibly link back up with the bad people, or the people gonna try to come and find you. Maybe
But
he do need to sit the funeral out, and this is more important.
but this is the day of the funeral technically, because Zach went to see him the day before, right? And then
Right.
in that same day, they went to go to the funeral place, and they said, "Oh, you got to pay more if you don't pay. You got to have it tomorrow." So that's tomorrow.
I think they messed up because she went to work.
See, this
They
is shit.
messed up. They end
This
up
is
messing up. They messed up because Fatima went to work.
that's the stuff I'm talking about. Okay, that ain't making no sense. Y'all said the funeral the next day, and he coming to pick him up the next day. Because I'm like, if that was the case, he could have just gone to the funeral, then gone to the rehab
Take him to
center.
the place. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
child, I don't know, but I feel like Zach still could do something like, listen, the funeral is tomorrow. It's one day. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is the true test of how you gonna act.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you stay on my couch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And if you act a daggone fool, then it's curtains for you. Don't ask me
Yeah.
for nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then
But
again,
I
like I
think
don't know if I want him in my house.
I was just about to say that because of what he did. I mean, I think some boundaries do need to be placed. I do think that he
Yeah.
needs to kind of be like, okay, we getting to a good point. We ain't made it there yet, but we working
Hmm.
on our relationship. I do think that it may not be wise enough for him to go ahead and like drop everything that he's done just because he admitted to some things.
Yeah.
So, and I even like the fact that he was like, I need to stop by the house to do some stuff. And Zach was like, nah, don't worry about it. You don't need to go there. I'll get you something. And I think that's how he keep getting messed up. So we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah,
Mm.
because if you a junkie and he's only been in the hospital for a couple of days, like you're not
Yeah.
sober. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And you go back in that environment where that's where the people were doing the stuff that you're doing, like dwell, that ain't gonna
Yep.
work for you. It's
Yep.
not
And
gonna
you
work for
fall
you.
right into it. So I'm actually
Yeah,
glad that, Zach was like, nah, don't worry about it. You don't need nothing from over there. We'll just get you something.
right.
So,
Yeah. So I also thought it was interesting that Jeremiah, what else did he I just thought about it and it went away. Don't get old.
no, you're not. When you
Child, I'm
guys,
headed to the
know,
fourth floor. Head to
his
the fourth
with him, could have been
floor. Huh?
he could have been that his kids don't mess with him. He don't want to die like how his mom died. That was like some of the things that he was saying.
So he has kids?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said my
Oh my,
kids are with me.
wow. I didn't know he had children. So you were able to procreate? Maybe with another crackhead. I don't know.
Yeah. Or maybe
Well,
some spats when he was doing good and he got him a woman.
child, who knows? But yeah. Anyway, let's pray for Jeremiah to go to the place and get his life together. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, Zach, let's see where we at after this. Zach goes home and gets into bed with Fatima. Now, this scene was entirely too long, too. It was all about him trying to get some booty.
Yep.
Okay. He putting the stick on her back and they going back and forth, and she finally gives in and gives it to him. But, before all of that, they go back and forth about the whole Jeremiah situation, talking about the funeral home and how much more money it's going to cost. They need the money. And, Jeremiah getting, he apologized and all this, that, and the third. I don't really know what we were supposed to get out of this scene right here, besides him telling Fatima, I love you so much. You mean so much to me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, girl.
But I think it was also the time for them to have the conversation about Was it true, or now was it true? Why did
Oh,
you?
the picture, why he didn't believe it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was a good dialogue for them to have the conversation, and it did make sense of like your hair ain't even like this. For Leslie be saying, "Oh, this happened last week." Well, we know that she's been rocking these crimps or water waves, whatever we want to
Right.
call it, now, for the past 6 years. So clearly, hair wasn't straight, last week. What are we doing?
Well, he was
So,
talking about the earring in the top. He
but
said you don't have that anymore. That hole been closed up. So
right. But I was
yeah.
looking and I was like, but her hair ain't even the same. Like, even for Leslie, girl, you could have came with
Right.
something like, come on.
Exactly. Exactly. But why are you what did she think was about to happen? They was about to be a quadruple. You know what I mean? Like, oh well, see, Zach, you see this, you know what it is. Like, we could just all be like, you and I could be together, and then them two could be together. What did you think was about to happen?
I think that's probably what she probably slick thinking. Since that's what you want, or she done got her man once before, she gonna go after Zach.
Yeah, I guess. But girl,
If
what?
I they were expecting maybe more Malachi than Leslie, the
Yeah.
thing of let's piss him off in hopes that it'll piss him off so bad. That's why I'm glad Zach kind of picked up on, oh, you a little,
Mm-hmm.
oh, so
Yeah.
you think, this is my opinion, Malachi was banking on him being the hot-headed ninja that I've read about.
Right.
With
Right.
the, I know you in jail or just got out of jail. Oh, it ain't gonna be nothing to pressure your buttons because you're a juvenile mentality guy. And I
Yeah.
think he's banking on him acting a fool, possibly going back to jail, and or he'll break up with her, and that'll be his way to swoop in and get Fatima.
The fact that he looked up Zach's criminal record lets me know that you're full of crap. Why are
Yeah.
you looking up this man's record?
Hmm.
How fulfilling is that to you? How is that helping you? I don't get it.
That was the ploy, and I think that also played a part in you need to look like Fatima even to the hair. Let's play the part so it look like it's being Fatima fooling around, and it ain't. Cause I know you finna agree to act a fool.
It don't it's crazy. Real crazy. But where was the scene that when Fatima comes upstairs and sees some people in her bed? Remember that in the preview? She comes upstairs and sees some people doing it in her bed.
Ooh, I don't remember seeing that preview.
Maybe that didn't happen yet. Maybe that's supposed to happen in the next 2 episodes. I don't know. But I was looking for that. But what do you think about Zach telling Fatima that she's a hothead too, and that she needs to,
Calm
chill
down.
out as well, while she telling him that he need to do that?
I'm glad the conversation happened because we've always said that like we get on Zach a lot, but Fatima, you ain't too far behind him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of
Right.
glad that the conversation to break it down and be like, all right, you always chomping at your gums about me, but let me tell you something about you at the same time. And I'm glad that it showed that Fatima was kind of willing to hear it because any other time she'll, kind of go off and do the exact same thing. Because,
Yeah. Because he said she be sitting up there making assumptions all the time.
yeah,
And then she made an assumption right then and there. Was like, oh no, I don't make assumptions because, and he was like, look at you, you doing it right now.
yeah.
He was like, I wasn't, you don't even know what I was about to say.
So I'm glad
So
it happened. I think the conversation needed to happen. Um, but I do think that if they could have kept the sex part out, just go and get to the point, you're gonna give them some. Just
all right,
girl,
girl, go on. Yeah. Just
you a
stop.
couple of days. Y'all done had a heartfelt moment. Oh, thank you for believing me. I'm glad. I didn't realize you paid that much attention to me. Why are you still
Right.
playing? Drop the draws, move on. Let's go to the
Yeah,
next.
go on, girl. Just throw it back one time and
Right.
So he, she says you're a good man. She asks him if he gonna be calm from now on. He agrees. Boo and bye to them.
Mm,
Okay. Moving on. Moving on. All right, here we go. Oh, we talked about him knowing about her ear closing up or whatever. Okay. So this and the episode ends with the pow pow robber coming into the barbershop, and then there we go with that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So next episode, here we go. Let me see how this begins. You know they gotta do the little commercial in the beginning. Do you think that who do you think got pow pow? Do you think that's the end of Tony, or you think Tony got the guy first? Because Tony did seemingly turn around with a pow pow in his hand.
I think he got him first. That's what I'm thinking. I think he got him first. And I'm also thinking that they gonna try to do this. Tony finna go to jail, even though it's gonna be a self-defense type situation.
Really? You think that they smart enough to do something like that?
I think that's the storyline they finna really do. Like, oh, we know, he's gonna be playing it was self-defense. He did blah blah blah. But then he gonna go to jail and he gonna have to fight the charges, and Zach gonna have to be there, and that's another way to keep the drama and all the stuff.
I think Tony probably got a camera in there, so it's gonna show what happened. I think it's just gonna be, because remember what I wonder what's the reason for all the people in black looking like thugs that came to the funeral.
Huh? Oh, I think they got something to do with, now that we saw the pow pow, either it's gonna have something to do with Tony or it's gonna have something to do with his brother Jeremiah.
Like he owes some money.
Yep, and I think him saying that part about I don't want to end up like mama or mother or whatever he ended up saying, I think it's more to that than we think she OD. It may be something more than she did too much this time.
Yeah. Listen, we'll see. It's just hard to have a logical explanation of what's next because these shows are so dumb. But hey. So we get to the next episode and they both playing back and forth who gonna get in the shower. And they end up child.
Yeah.
Zach gets a text message. And Fatima don't want to look at his phone because she don't want him to think she don't trust him. Then she get a text message and it's from Leslie, talking about the night before or whatever, and she apologizing. And Zach is getting a text. Who was texting Zach? I forgot.
But I think that she say is Leslie texting me about
it was the funeral. It was the funeral home texting Zach talking about they needed money. Yeah. But I'm like, this funeral home, how many days have they had this body? Then I understand this is business, okay?
This body, like this is not hey, come on here. You just got to go.
Your mama about to get cremated. Okay, that's what's about to happen. Okay? I want to be cremated. Actually,
you do?
I don't want nobody. I do. From dust to dust and ashes, I will go. Okay, because I can't. I don't want nobody to see me all blowed up in a casket. Like you don't never look like yourself, in my opinion. So I just want people to take my best photos off of Instagram or in my phone and just blow them up and have me looking absolutely amazing. That's how you remember me. And don't put me in no necklace and stuff and walk around wearing me and stuff for my ashes to get fall out in some Dunkin' Donuts somewhere. No. At least a Starbucks. Just because I'm classy based. Okay. So moving on. Or dump my ashes in Barbados, in the ocean somewhere. I love me some Barbados.
I haven't even about it. I think I would want to be in the ground.
You want to be in the ground?
I think I want to be in the ground.
Yeah, I don't want to because I don't want no rats to get in my casket and be eating my arms and legs and stuff.
We're gonna go to a good step.
Are any of them good? And then I don't be wearing makeup and stuff and all that. So don't be putting no blush and shit on. Go on, put me in the incinerator. I'm okay. I'm putting this right here on the internet. That's what I want. I done told my husband already though. My mother said, "You better hope he's still around if I'm here, because I'm not doing that." I said, "Ma, it's me." She said, "Well, I hope I go before you, because I ain't doing that." I said, "Okay, girl." Okay, girl. I don't know if my son will do though, because he'll probably be the one to have to do it all.
Yeah.
I hate that with him. But that's the only thing I hate about him being an only child, him having to deal with all that stuff with us, himself. But he has cousins. We just buried an aunt yesterday. She looked beautiful. Yeah, a lot. I know it's possible, but every single funeral I've gone to, the people don't look like themselves. I'd be like, who is that? Because that ain't, yeah. All that
You must
embalming
hear the last,
huh?
you must
What
hear
you
the last
say?
thing I said, you can fix that.
Fix what?
Him not being the onlyest in the
Oh
house.
no. See, these eggs is fried, okay? Fried and tossed to the side. Okay. They have been scrambled with onions in it. Okay. These eggs are not. And then I done told you, my husband, listen, we're gonna have a conversation. He don't want no kids. I need him to pump and dump it in there. And he don't. He do miraculous tricks to get up. We're gonna talk about it later. We're gonna talk about it later. It's absolutely crazy what he does, but we'll talk about it later. I don't think the internet want to hear that. But child, moving on. They get up and go to the cemetery. Okay, look at Pacino rules in here. Look, she be keeping me straight when you not around, Sean. Okay, she be like, "Girl, what you talk about?" But they get in the car and go to the cemetery, and Fatima gets a call from Angela. She's frantic about this whole situation with the cameras. She's like, "Girl, did you talk to the man? Because I need to go and get this stuff off the internet, girl. What did he say?" And Fatima's like, "No, I didn't get it. Girl, it was a mess. I'll tell you about it when I get to work. It ain't gonna work out for you, friend. I'm so sorry." And she was like, no, I know you lying. I'm gonna be right in your office when you get here. I'm gonna be sitting right put, okay, in the strongest chair in your office. I'm gonna be sitting right there waiting
Do
for
you
you.
think Fatima for kind of brushing her off? Because it kind of gave like she was off.
Pacino Rule said, "Why you talking about your husband like, girl? I'm trying to tell you, friend." That I ain't never seen somebody so limber in my life. Okay, my husband is very fit. I love him, very fit, but he does gymnastics. I'm talking about flips and somersaults to get up out of here real quick. You know what I mean? So that he don't leave nothing behind. All right. So he enjoys the fruits of being married where the protection is not there. Look, I'm telling y'all my business. I'm telling you, when the moment is there and the locomotive is about to, he be like, oh. I be like, and it's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me because I be like, well, damn, how the fuck you get over there? So goddamn, like I'm like, I just had, an eruption in a moment myself, and now I turn from pleasure to laughter. It's quite strange, I don't know, y'all. But that's how much he don't want to have no children. Okay, so who am I to force them? Like, I can't even. People be like, you can control that. You just don't got to get up. Oh no, let me tell you something. If I'm more time, let me tell you what he do. I've been I've been I've been airborne a couple times. Okay.
He'll turn into the rock. He got to
Yeah, and he's strong. Okay, he's strong. Man, my husband is real strong. He do his crunches, his sit-ups, his all that. Okay. He and my thick ass, he be like, oh, ready. Oh. I be like, damn.
Crazy, y'all.
Sorry, y'all. I'm serious. It's for real. Y'all think I'm playing. That's why, I got to ration it out because I don't know. Some days I don't feel like being thrown across the room. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like watching nobody do a cartwheel out of my hoo-ha. It's just really it's interesting, rather. But hey, guys, moving on. So they go to the funeral home, which is where I'm gonna be because my husband gonna have me up in that bitch if I keep on talking about it.
Like, really?
We are getting the real folks. Yes, okay. This is real deal Holyfield. She said, well, Sean, what we gonna do with her? What'd you say, Sean?
Look,
Huh?
we just gonna let her be.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm just talking to my cousin. Pacino might be my cousin. You know what I mean? So I had to tell her anyway. We gotta let her know. It's a family secret. That's what it is. So y'all, they get to the funeral home. The man told them they got to pay some more money. Okay. So he's like, you need to pay me the day today is gonna be more, or you got to pay me before I lets the people in. So the doors is gonna be locked until I get my money. Cause that's yet another day that we got your mama and her body up in here, up
Again.
in here. Okay.
Again.
So they like, you know what? I'm really getting sick and tired of you. So Zach throwing papers around being immature when he leave on the
That
body.
was
And he talking
stupid.
about that's gonna be on your bill too. I'm like, oh God, okay. Just
That was stupid.
have this funeral already. Y'all are doing too much.
I think they went too far, even when he was like, F all these dead people. Okay. Now you going
Yeah,
too far.
that's a
Now,
lot.
come on.
Yeah, that's a lot. You doing too much,
How old
Zach.
are you, Zach? How old are you?
5. I got to cut my heat off, friend. I'm over here nose sweating.
Okay.
I can hear you though.
Okay, yeah, when he was doing all that, and I get they looking for some type of, relief in the show to, bring some humor in, but out of all the things to say, that's what y'all chose to leave in? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Child, a bunch of foolishness.
That wasn't
So
needed, but
after they leave on up out of there, Zach goes to the office and Bryce walks in scared as hell. He don't know what to say to Zach. So Zach is talking to, he comes in there and he's like, hey, Zach, I got the paperwork on my desk whenever you're ready to sign it. Me and Preston have already signed the paperwork, so you just let me know when you're ready. And, Zach, I'm just so sorry. He going into all this stuff. And Zach, one minute he pretending like he's still mad at him. Then the next minute he like, man, I'm just playing. I forgive you. It's cool.
yeah.
Then he's like, but you did try to kiss me. But you did lose all my money. It was just like, all right, Zach, come on. You forgive him or not. Stop playing these little games. This scene was way longer than it needed to be too.
Yeah.
So they ended up, Zach ended up telling him overall, listen, you got to stop blaming yourself. Let it go. You are super brilliant. You're smart. You know what you're doing. This is your thing, this real estate stuff, and I appreciate everything that you do. So let's just water under the bridge. Let's move on. Leave it alone.
Now, here's the thing. I'm actually glad that he had this conversation. Now, do I think it took way too long? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
They should have been did this, and it actually should have happened when Bryce got in that car accident. It should have
Mm-hmm.
happened then. But
Yes.
that's why I'm wondering if when him going to talk to his brother, did that like, okay, let me stop playing, let everything sink in, it's time to grow up. That's why I was like in the beginning, it was like a snap of a finger, like, oh, okay, who is this guy? Because
Right.
we haven't seen you for ever. Like, we've never seen this in you. So it's about time. I think it took too long, but I guess better late than ever.
Yeah. I'm just glad that they had this discussion because Bryce is one of those people that really internalizes things. And I think that he hasn't really, I hate to use this as an analogy, but he has kind of like that WP mentality where, they really don't go through a whole lot of stuff in life. So when something tragic, we would think is something listen, you got to get up and get on out and work it out. They think, look at it real tragic, losing a job or losing some money or whatever. And they ready to end it all over certain things where we like, oh, that's just another day in the neighborhood. All right, what we
we'll
gonna do today? We'll figure it out. And I think that Bryce had that type of mentality where he's always had it. And for somebody to just kind of pull the rug from under him like that, he didn't know what to do, especially now. It's not even just affecting him, it's affecting somebody else that he really cares about. And it kind of weighed on itself right after him doing the whole trying to kiss him situation. So, yeah. But I'm glad they had that discussion and they got over it. So next we have Angela going to Fatima's office, and Fatima basically tells her, listen, girl, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to help you because homeboy taking old pictures of me, got his girl doing her hair like me and stuff. Like, this is just too much. This shit is creepy. And I ain't gonna be able to do it. I can't even pay the $5 for you. So girl, you might just be throwing it back and busting ass on the internet for quite some time.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying. I don't know, girl. Did you do the deep throat or did you do like a half chub? Like, what was you on there doing, girl? Maybe it's not as bad as you think. Because you definitely gonna have to leave it there. Because if you want me to call Malachi back, ain't no way, friend. Can't do it. Can't do it. He's crazy. So she was like, girl, because you, because I can't be throwing that ass in a circle on the internet, girl. You got to call him. Okay, she didn't say that, but she might as well. Might as well. But somebody probably already screen recorded that, Angela.
It's there.
Like
It's
got numbers. Yeah, once something is on the internet for like a day, you're done. Just know that at least 25 people have copied that and saved it somewhere where they can repost it again.
Yep.
That's the only thing I hate about the internet because it's forever.
Literally. It's there. It's in somebody's cloud.
It's in somebody's cloud. It's in somebody's cloud. So she calls Malachi after Angela begs her because she's like, I just can't, Angela. I can't do it. And Angela's like, no, girl, you gonna do this. So she calls him and he's like, okay, well, I'm so glad you called. I'm so sorry about what happened. Like, I just really want to just meet up with you and talk about it. She's like, I don't know, your apology right here. That's good enough or whatever. You gonna help my friend? And he like, I'm sure I can help her. And he's like, listen. I'll meet with her. Okay. You come along. Okay. Because you gotta be there. Right. So I'm going to help her, but only if you come. And Fatima's like, why I gotta be there? Like, you should just help her. Like, the fuck. And he's like, no, you gotta come. This took too long. She's gonna come, guys. She's gonna end up coming. Okay. So she's upset because she ain't really trying to be going and meeting up with him. But she's like, all right, I'm gonna come just because he like asked me to, even though I ain't trying to be there, Angela.
Right.
But I guess I gotta go.
But
so
you
she
did.
Freak a leak all over the damn internet. Now I got to go and fix your shit. Goodness.
But
so moving on.
She could have told him, okay, I'll be there, and be like, girl, this what he wants you to do, and you didn't have to go. Just be done. Call me when you finish.
Child. I need Angela to start handling her own business and stop depending on Fatima to handle things for her. Right. And mind you, listen to Fatima when Fatima tell you something. She told you to stop having all these random men up in your house. How about that? And why do you have Bryce paying for the cameras in your house? Well, no. Why am I saying that? I know why. Why not? Why not have him pay for it? I mean, what do you mean, Lachey? What do you mean? So moving on.
Oh, wait. Because her and Bryce were in a relationship, and Bryce got money. Why were you still messing with the old guy from the home? Talk about he was helping pay the bills and doing all the things. Why? And you had Bryce.
Not the man from the home, though. He was. Was he really in a home?
Oh no, I'm just talking.
They let them leave for a couple hours to go get some
leave. Yeah. But I'm like,
we see the man from the home child.
You agree? Bryce got money.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce seems like, because he liked her so much, and probably just in general, even when
Right.
how he was at, that he'll give and do anything.
Yeah. Who knows?
Okay.
Child, Angela just do stuff just to freaking do it. I don't get it.
We'll see.
I wish she would go back to the gym with Fatima just to do it for herself. I just want her to lose just 80 pounds. Just a good 80 pounds, I just want her to be healthy. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Heart disease is very rapid in the Black community. Yeah, I do. Moving on. Here we go. Zach is picking up Jeremiah from the hospital. Mind you, he's supposed to be in there telling him about the funeral. Ain't told him about not a daggone funeral yet. But Jeremiah reiterates that he wants to go into the program. But then he says, he admits that he's kind of scared. But he follows up with Zach to see if he's actually going to pay for it. And Zach was like, I told you I got you. I'm going to take care of it. Let me just call and make sure everything good. So he calls Fatima to see what she thinks. And of course, she agrees. She's like, yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think they should, you should go ahead and take them. So at this moment, I'm like, when are you going to tell him about the funeral?
Yeah.
Because that could send him spiraling too. That you're lying about. And he said I really want to go to Mama's funeral.
Yeah.
So I just think that this was wrong. Like, unless, I don't know, Jeremiah said we're doing this. So if you agreeing to go to the inpatient facility right now, then you're going to be in there. So ain't nobody going to wait a whole month to have a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't expect that.
That's why I'm thinking it's going to be one of the things you got to just bite the bullet. You have to choose this day. Which one is going to be? Either you go.
What's more important?
Right. Or you go to the funeral, or they have it set up to where if he do go to the funeral, maybe they can have it early enough to where he can still go and check in. My phone about to die.
Oh, gotcha. So last but not least, we get to this last scene with Fatima, Angela, and Malachi. So he comes in there and he begins immediately talking to Fatima as if Angela is not even there, which you are here to help Angela. But you talking to Fatima about your woes and whims and issues with her. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I just want you to know I'm really, really sorry. I'm so sorry that I've been obsessed with you all these years. I still love you. I done got you tattooed on my chest and everything. I thought that was absolutely insane.
What? Like, I said, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Why are we doing it?
You cheated on her with her friend, but you still obsessed with her. That's crazy to me. You must not have been that obsessed, sir.
This is what
Angela was like, should I leave? And he's like, yeah. And Fatima was like, no.
Right. I don't even know why Angela asked that question, because I would have been like, sir, you need to get it together. We're not doing this.
You know what? Before I leave, can you just erase these cameras real fast?
Thank you. I need you to do what you came here for, and this ain't on an agenda.
Yeah. Get
to working, sir.
Yeah, go ahead and do your job first, and then you can talk to Fatima. How about that?
And see, that's why I've been calling out Angela, because I don't think Angela a good friend. She may not be as bad as Belinda, but girl, you ain't too far behind, because she had a whole pregnant baby. She's engaged to Zach, and you like, oh, do I need to give y'all something? Girl, everybody don't want to be dropping it low and spreading it wide because you do, and want to have me on the Rolodex. Everybody don't want to do that.
No.
Like, what are we doing?
Girl, she is a hot ghetto disaster of a mess. Disastrous mess. But,
yeah,
it is what it is, child. All right, here we go. Sisters start moving away. I don't even know the words. I be making up shit, y'all. There's another thing y'all learned about me. My friends be like, girl, that is not what they said. I'd be like, nah, that's what they said to me.
That's what it sounds
So I'd be in the back singing the song all wrong.
loud and wrong.
Yeah. Loud and wrong. Okay,
Loud and
singing
wrong.
real loud. It's one song my sister-in-law just will not let me live it down. And if I tell you, you'll be like, girl, what? How did you get that? And every time the song come on, she sings it like that. And I'd be like, all right, now you just pissing on me and telling me it's raining. Like, stop, leave me alone. But moving on, we get to sisters. Okay. So what are your thoughts on Andy telling Robin to help Penelope, but then getting mad when she sees that he successfully has helped Penelope?
Okay. We know that Andy likes to be on the merry-go-round.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting for the part for them to prove to us that she's this great lawyer outside of the people just telling us this, because her actions on a day-to-day basis prove that I don't know if this is a true statement. So I don't know. I'm just going out on a limb. I didn't finish out all of yesterday's episode. So you're gonna have to fill me in, friend. All I know is last week. I didn't watch all of yesterday's episode. I saw when he went to go talk to Penelope and how she said that how the detective and her end up getting a little close and all the things. So I do think that he's gonna be able to get her off just based off of what Penelope told Robin. But I haven't seen it past that.
Now, he did get her out of jail. So she ended up getting out of jail because he was talking to her and he was like, okay, so agent, whatever the freak his name was, y'all had a relationship, y'all were talking, whatever. He kind of basically, he came to the conclusion that he must have coerced her into saying this or whatever.
Right.
Because just because she had blood on her hands doesn't mean that she did anything. And he feels like this man, as they talk about it later on in the episode, Robin says that this dude is notorious for maybe he's getting rejected by a bunch of women. So he must be upset about the constant rejection. So when a woman rejects him in any sort of way, he feels like he has to get them back.
Oh.
So, and she said that he was like, I think his name was Jason. That's what she called him. Josh. Yeah, Josh. Okay. So she said that he wanted to be more than just friends, but she was like, listen, I just lost a baby in a tragic way. My body is jacked up, but she said they became friends while she was, in protection with him. He wanted it to be more than that, but not her. So, child, he's a weirdo. He's a real weirdo. So the cop in the front was hilarious because
she was funny.
She was laughing at
she was funny.
Yeah, she was laughing at Andy and Jordan. Come on, I love reality TV drama, just like anybody. And I'm like, girl, what?
Yeah, she was funny. I liked her.
Yeah, Andy was sitting here talking to Jordan and telling Jordan, I told Penelope to leave him alone because this, that, and the third. And she gave all these examples, which I can appreciate. But then Jordan got her back and was like, but what about you?
And it was a mic drop. Yeah. It was a whole mic drop moment because stop making it seem like you fled, got away, and you the poster child on how to get away with, a crazy man, and you don't. Right. You can't call her at her name and, say she a fool for staying. So, baby, what are you? You the fool times 10.
Exactly. So Robin comes out and he basically, he gets her out of jail. And he says, he was able to help. So Andy is pissed off because she's feeling like, okay, well, you sure you didn't do it or whatever? And I'm like, Andy,
she said that to him?
She asked him, did he do it? She was like, I'm gonna ask you a question. I want you to be real honest. Did you do it? She asked him at the end of the episode. But here's my thing. Why would he choose to represent Penelope? Why would he get her out of jail? You had a hook, line, and sinkers if you did do it. You have somebody hook, line, and sinker in jail. Why would I help get her out of jail to further perpetuate how much I didn't do it? No, you in jail. You already, they got you. Sorry.
It really is how to get away with, you know what?
Yeah.
Like, let somebody else take the file.
I'm going to leave your ass in there.
But more importantly, who is she that if he, let's say Robert did do it and he was like, yes, Andy, it was me. Who was going to admit it? Andy, you're dumb. Again, dumb. I'm waiting on the moment for the people to prove that she's the great lawyer, because that was dumb as heck for you to ask the question.
Very dumb. Absolutely dumb. So there's a scene with Zach and Fatima. She's leaving for work. They looking at this chart to see who did Gary in. This whole scene was worth absolutely nothing. Zach over here looking at the board trying to figure it out, talking about, oh, I just came from the bus stop. I'm like, oh, okay, what the hell are y'all even talking about? So Fatima leaves. Zach gets on the phone and calls Karen to see how she's doing. So Karen is like, I'm fine. You know, the twins are just doing, you know, playing kickboxing inside my belly. They fighting or whatever. So then she says, and I'm good. I'm going to be good anyway. You know, long as my mother and Aaron are around, I'm good. And then she looks at the phone. I'm like, okay, so you're just trying to be dramatic.
Why are you
like, are you trying to argue with him? Why?
Yeah. Or make him jealous? Clearly he's moved on. Let it go, Elsa. Let it go.
Stop, please.
Karen getting on my nerves.
She gets on my nerves completely. So he apologizes and said that he shouldn't have been arguing with Aaron or whatever, which I thought was absolutely stupid. I think that, you know, why are y'all in the hospital arguing? The doctor done come out here and told y'all that this the reason why she in the hospital. Mm-hmm. Then he leaves and y'all start arguing the freaking again. Like, that don't even make no sense. Yeah. Like, absolutely insane. Okay. So they get off the phone. Whatever. So here we go. Danny gets up from her, I guess, slumber, and Sabrina slept on the couch because she slept there to make sure Danny was okay from having her anxiety attack. First of all, Danny, what is wrong with you? Now I get it. She's, you know, she eventually told Tony that it was because of whatever happened to her in college or whatever, and it's triggering or whatever the case may be. What's triggering it? Because she said that it makes her she has become more promiscuous because of what happened to her in college, because she feels like if she just gives it up, then men will leave her alone. Like, they won't hassle her for it if she just easily gives it up. But I'm like, girl, you be the one pouncing on Tony.
Right. Like, you're the aggressor in the situation.
Yeah. So I would have believed it more if she had said, well, I feel like I have to be aggressive before they get aggressive with me.
That would have made more sense.
That would have made more sense. Yeah. But not, oh, I just give it up so easy because I am scared. Child.
But she's too dominant for that. You're dominant, you're aggressive. So do I think that whatever happened to her in college plays a part? And then again, when the crazy man at the airport did what he did,
right,
probably do play a part. But
which she didn't even bring up, by the way.
Right. But more times than not, you're the one who's grabbing and being very aggressive, almost to the point that you look like you're a graper more than anything else. So are you picking up the habits and you want to be the graper?
Right. Girl,
like, I'm gonna get you before you get me type situation. I don't know, but I'm with you. I don't know what's triggering you, girl. What is it? Because you're the aggressor.
The fact that she got to grow up, she don't like that. Only thing, she only been getting triggered ever since she was put up for that job. Now you getting triggered all over the place because now you got to look at your life and be like, dag, I really am messed up. Like, that's so bad that my boyfriend / boss feels like I need to go ahead and get me a promotion because I'm full of mediocrity in my life. Like, it is what it is. Get yourself together.
Mm-hmm.
Danny is just such a worthless female to me. Like, she's just so lazy. You got
Yeah.
so much to say about everybody else. You are a walking double standard. You are
Mm-hmm.
broke and opinionated. You cannot be either one of those.
I
You
think
can't
that
be
she,
broke and opinionated.
but see, I thought that she was going for a change when her and Karen went and had the conversation. You know, she kind of apologized, all the
Yeah,
things, woo. But then she kind of like a Zach. You take two steps forward for you to get knocked back or knock yourself back 15.
right.
So what was the point of getting mad if you went to Karen and said, "Hey, I know I'm the broke friend. I don't want to be looked at as this type of friend." And when your boyfriend did this, you should have been like, "Dang, I was just talking to Karen about this. This is crazy."
Right.
It should have been an aha moment and not "Oh, I'm pissed at you" moment.
Right. Right. Exactly.
That should have been a
So
time to be like, "Dang, I guess this is okay. God, you talking to me? All right, because this just happened. How would he even know that I needed to, da 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 da?" But you didn't do that, girl. You went the other way. So
something wrong with her. She needs to grow up, like for real. She's mad child. She is like super childish,
she is.
and it's not getting better. It's not getting
Yeah,
any better.
yeah, I agree.
So Sabrina ends up leaving because she's like, listen, girl, I can't be hanging around you. I remember I'm the branch manager now. Like, I can't be playing around.
I
So
got a job.
you don't want a promotion, but I did get one. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and go to
Hmm.
my job where I am the boss, okay, and do what I gotta do. Sabrina left out of the house in like 2 seconds and she heard a knock on the door. Mind you, Sabrina could have texted her and been like, Tony coming, girl, because y'all just finished talking about Tony and
Yeah.
how she wants boundaries and all this, that, and the third. But then she ended up
Mhm.
admitting that it wasn't his fault. So Tony at the door, not Sabrina. Mind you, Sabrina got a key or something, don't they? Don't she? She just walk right in.
I think she had
So
walked in a couple of times.
yeah. So
Hmm.
girl, okay. So Tony at the door with this big ass teddy bear, and he's trying to, woo her. And he sits down and he's like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to trigger you the other day. Like, I'd really I just want to be there for you or whatever." And she's like, "Well, it's not really your fault. I I didn't tell you that, I was supposed to be." Basically, she was like, "I've been talking to Krisha and the therapist lady, and she subscribed her an anxiety pill. And instead of her telling him that she was trying to give up her vices or whatever, she didn't explain to him exactly what was going on. And she realized that she uses sex as a defense mechanism or whatever."
Hmm.
And he was like, "Well, can you do me a favor?" Because she was like, he was like, "You want to talk about what happened the other day?" And she was like, "No, I don't want to talk about it. You always want to talk about it." He was like, "Can I just ask you one question? Like, can you just tell me what's going on from now on? Because that I can't help if I don't know what's going on or whatever." And that makes sense. If she had told him, "Look, she told me don't smoke no weed. She told me
Yeah.
don't have no schmecks. She told me
Hmm.
don't do none of the stuff that I'm normally doing
Yep.
around you. So how you gonna act?"
Yeah.
Instead, you threw a whole flower pot at his head when he was walking
Literally.
out, and you could have given him a concussion or anything.
Hmm.
Like, girl, what?
But for you to say all you want to do is talk, Danny, that's what adults do. That's called being an adult. Let's communicate. If we're gonna go further than boyfriend and girlfriend and possibly husband wife, you're gonna have to learn how to talk. You can't go on mute and throw a little temper tantrum every time you can't get your way. Have the conversation, ma'am.
Danny thinks that a man is supposed to read her mind. First,
Yeah.
Preston was wrong because he's white, so he don't understand her. He ain't never gonna understand her. Now, what's your excuse? Tony is black, and he seems like he knows you very well, and you still got a problem
Thank
with him.
you.
So let's, at the end of the day, you got to start pointing at yourself and realizing you the crazy
You the
culprit.
problem.
You
You
the
the
problem,
problem.
like for real.
Yep.
So we get to the next scene. She apologizes to Tony and she says, we're gonna do better, blah blah blah. So Karen calls Pam and tells her she ain't coming into work because she gonna take the day off. She tired, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Pam is in the salon. I don't know what time it is, but she got the UPS, what's his name? To something. Trey. He
Mm.
naked with a box around his midsection. She takes the box and throws it, and she's like ready to get the package delivered. And so he puts her on the counter. She got these fishnet leggings on and bottomless, like it's open, I guess, at that point. And he rabbit pumping the hell out of her on that counter. I'm like, wow, these pumps are very quick. I'm just saying. Are they short strokes? Is it a big package or is it a mid-size? Or maybe a little box, little Amazon package. Maybe you just gotta watch. I don't know. It's I don't know if you needed that much cardboard for those quick pumps.
What was
Yeah,
the
they were
point
like
of this?
really short strokes, like So that means you didn't have to come out enough to go back in. So you didn't, a long stroke means a big package. I don't know. I was just trying to figure it. I was trying to figure it out. Trying to figure it out. Yep. So moving on. Robin speaks to Agent Mott. Okay. And he basically reiterates to him, look, we done lost some people. I guess they ain't like my quick pumps. So
They'll
they
come
wanted
back.
they wanted to see longer strokes.
They'll
So
be back.
Robin talks to Agent Mott and basically tells him, you know what? You seem basically the stuff we said earlier, like you seem to be the type of guy that doesn't like rejection or whatever. Because Agent Mott was like, okay, are you getting involved in this case because you trying to make sure that you don't get in trouble or whatever? And I'm thinking the same thing. Like, why would he get Penelope out of jail if he's trying to cover up his
Right.
own, part in this thing?
Right.
So Robin basically tells him, "Listen, I don't know what type of stuff you on, but let me just say this to you: you a clown, and you're just mad because nobody likes you, okay? And that's just what it is. Just we'll see you in court. Just get all your stuff together because I ain't got time to be playing with you." Because he was like, "Oh, I thought Miss Barnes was on the case," and Robin was like, yeah, but Miss Barnes is no longer on the case. I'm now handling this." And he says, "Do you have fun torturing women?" And he was like, Agent Mott said, "Well, she admitted that she did it." And Robin was like, well, she only admitted it because you coerced her into that. And let's talk about the inappropriate relationship that you had with her when she was in your custody. How about that?
Let's talk about that part.
And he said, all I'm going to say to you is, I want her out of here within the next few minutes, or I'm going to have a big lawsuit on the police department, basically saying that you pressured her into saying that because of your interest in her or whatever, something to that effect. I was like, wow. Okay, Robin, he ain't playing. He is not
Robin,
playing.
that's how a lawyer's supposed to act. Because I don't know what Andy be doing.
I don't know what Andy be doing. She be coming in
Andy
power
be acting like
posing.
she's scared.
Yeah, she be power posing in her suits, and ain't nobody asked her to do none of that.
Right.
Ain't nobody asked her to do none of that. So moving on, I'm trying to read what this man said. He said, he also brought up that Robin may have had a motive because Gary tried to steal the law firm from him and took his girl, meaning he took Andy back. So he says, either you release her immediately or I'm going to slap the FBI and Atlanta PD with a wrongful imprisonment suit so widespread that every civil rights and women's rights attorney in the country is going to want in on it. I'm like, he said, you have 1 hour. I was like, okay, go ahead, Robin, because he is not playing with you or whatever. You can't get her out of there. And she better not have no handcuffs on, okay? Child.
Come on, Robin.
So what you think about that? Do you think Agent Mott, what is his problem?
I do think that how he was acting with Andy and talking to her in the past episodes, you can tell that either he don't like women or just what Robin said. You get
Mm-hmm.
turned down a lot, so you don't know how to act. But I'm with Robin, bruh. Do your job, or you gonna be in jail. While you over here trying to lock up everybody else, but we finna lock you up. Like, stop playing.
Exactly.
So I'm with Robin. I'm Team Robin, and I think Robin would be the best person for the case. Andy is too emotionally driven.
Yeah.
Like, you scared to talk. Even when she was being interrogated by by Detective Watts, you acting all timid. Huh? What do you say? Why would you say that? Like, you're a freaking lawyer. Lawyer up, girl. Talk like you'll be
Girl.
talking that mess if you was in the freaking courtroom. I don't know. I'm
She's
with
something else.
Robin. Robin for the case. Robin is
Yeah.
gonna get her off. I'm
Yeah,
for
because
Robin.
Andy would not. Andy get
Yeah.
people off all right, but it's only from her bouncing on their peen from wearing
And
them
that's
power
it.
closer suits, and that's it.
That's all. I'm
Child,
Team
moving on.
Robin.
I do too. Mind you, he the one that helped Andy out of a bunch of issues, so she should be glad.
And then there's that.
Yeah. So Zach goes over to Danny's house because he's concerned about her. Fatima has told him, what happened with Danny or whatever. So he goes
Mm-hmm.
over there to check on. No, Karen tells Zach about what happened with Danny and that
Oh.
she had an
Mm-hmm.
anxiety attack. So he should go check on her. So Zach was like, I love you like a sister. Like, I'm always gonna be here for you. You've been there for me when nobody else was there for me. Like, when I didn't have nothing, you opened up your home to
Mm-hmm.
me despite, what was going on with me and your friend. And I know the sisters always come first, but I really fucks with you, like, for what you did for me or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
Danny gets emotional and she says, I love you like a brother. I'm always gonna be there for you, type of stuff. But she was like, I just been I just been feeling down on myself. And she talks about going to therapy, her dealing with what happened when she went to college or whatever, and she feels like therapy isn't working fast enough for her. And Zach was
Mm-hmm.
like, well, you got to let it do what it do. Like, you got to allow yourself time to heal. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Zach, are you listening to yourself? Because you have a therapist that you ain't listening to.
Okay.
And
That part.
also, now that Zach is out of jail, right? He set up, what's interesting? We're going to speed back to Zatima for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that he noticed that earring at the top, and I know Fatima wouldn't do that. She's very calculated. She thinks about stuff. But when they told you that the therapist was coming out of the house and they was hugged up and showed you that, Nathan showed you that picture, you was going off.
Mm-hmm.
When you gonna bring that up? I love Zach and Danny moments together. Yeah, I think they cool. I like their relationship. And so Zach tells her, you've been through a lot of stuff, and you know, listen, you're built for it tough. And he says maybe the panic attack thing was a way for your body to just let off some steam or whatever. Like, you need to just let it happen, move through it,
Mm-hmm.
and learn how to move forward or whatever. And he was like, maybe it was a blessing. And she was like, I don't want no more blessings. I just want to get past this. I want to be better. So,
Mm-hmm.
child, I don't know. He asked her, what did Tony say about it? And she says, what didn't he say? I'm like, now she mad that Tony actually cares about her. I don't get it, child. I don't get it.
I'm with
But they,
Danny. I want the stuff to hurry up and work. Cause girl,
yeah, I do too.
you're getting on my nerves. Come
Yeah,
on, I'm with Danny. We gotta
and
speed this up.
she also admitted that she moved on too quickly after Preston.
What?
So I agree. I definitely agree with her for that. So
Okay.
this was a cute conversation between Zach and Danny, and I'm glad he went over there to check on her.
Yeah.
So next scene, we have Hayden over here sitting in the office. Fatima comes in being super nice. She's like, I have all your files ready. What do you need? I'd love to, whatever you need, I'll take care of it. Like, she's being super nice. And so he's so thrown off by the fact that she's doing what he asked her to do. He's like, well, she was like, would you like to look at these cases together? And he was like, no, actually, I have a breakfast meeting. You can do it yourself. And he was like, what's your problem? Why you being so nice or whatever? And she was like, oh, nothing. I just want to do all the things that you asked me to do. So he's so thrown off, he leaves his phone. So he goes to leave, like he going to go do the breakfast, go to the breakfast or whatever. I thought it was interesting that he said, wow, you should have been nice like this all along. You could have had me and we could have been more than just co-workers. You know, basically like they could have been more than co-workers or whatever. Like they could have been fucking. And I'm like, sir, she didn't like it when y'all did do it.
But y'all already been there, done that.
Y'all
So
already been there, done that, and she
why
didn't like
y'all don't
it.
like each other? Because she didn't want to
Exactly.
go back.
Child. So he's leaving out and he turns around because I think he realizes he need to go back and get something. So she begins to fix his tie. She's like, oh, hold on. I want to make sure you're right. So he leaves out confused, like, the fuck? So she notices that his phone is on the desk. So as he's leaving out, she gets his phone. She's like, what could your password be? So she's shuffling around. She said it need to be 666. But then she shuffles around papers on his desk looking for his password, trying stuff, and it ain't work. So then he has a big ass 8x10 photo of himself in the desk. So she uses that to open up the phone.
Unlock it.
Yeah. So I don't know what she got in the phone. But she sends something to herself and she was like, oh, I got your ass now. So then he realizes he don't have his phone in the parking lot and he comes back. And of course, Fatima is out of there by now. She got all that she needs. She's in the conference room working. And of course, they leave that whole scare like, oh my God, he's going to catch her. But she gets out of there. And when he leaves again with his phone, she calls Zach and says, babe, I got him. We got him. So I don't know what it was that they figured out, but okay. What are your thoughts? What do you think she found in that phone?
Only thing I can think of is that she found the recording that Tamara, whatever her name is, sent him, or he sent her himself from her phone, or his dumb butt talking through text like he was talking to his friend when they left the gym, make it seem like he that guy and did something. That's the only two things I can think of as to why you feel like, oh, I got him. I mean, because what else would it be?
I don't know. Or
maybe I can think of is her and that Gary recording. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, that's all I can think of. Or unless Hayden, the one that put the pitchfork in Gary, and he took a picture of it or something. I don't know.
Now that would be dumb. We'll see. You're a whole lawyer,
right? And taking pictures of it and leaving it in your phone. But he is dumb.
Well, there's that. There's that.
So now we get to Rich and Sabrina at the hospital. They got to check his little soldiers, okay? Before they were in the hallway, in the waiting room, and he got all these speculations like, well, I haven't been the best at getting checked out. Maybe that's why my swimmers aren't working. I think I should have put more in the cup. Maybe, just maybe. And look, and Sabrina was like, well, I've gotten checked out, so you don't have anything, that's for sure. And I think it was enough in the cup. I think you're okay. And she was like, listen, just stop speculating. Let's just see what the doctor says. So they go in. And the doctor basically he all worried about it, and he giving her all these scenarios what it could be if something's wrong with his sperm. And the doctor says, it's none of those things. You gave us enough. We don't need any more to realize that you're not a good match, because we found that you carry the sickle cell anemia trait. Yeah. Sickle cell trait. So, you couldn't donate to her this way or whatever. So he was like, what? So I think there's a preview of them talking about, he's like, well, you don't want to have my children. You don't want to have my babies. And I'm like, sir, even though it's not guaranteed that they'll have it, it's like, let me go ahead. You don't want no kids anyway. Let me go ahead and find my coworker.
Right. Why does it matter?
But I think she's pregnant already anyway and don't even know it. I think they're going to come out with that. Because remember the condom came off.
I do remember that. But then wait, she done been to the doctor when they have already, been like, wait a minute, your levels kind of high.
Yeah,
Could
that's
you
true.
already be? Could you already be pregnant? Like we need to do some more work.
Well, this is a Tyler Perry production, so we thinking like rational people.
You're right, Fred.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're right.
So Andy, earlier in the earlier scene, when she found out that Robin got Penelope out, she storms out of the place because she's so pissed that Robin got Penelope out. So Robin follows her home, and Robin is like, "What the hell is your problem? Like, why'd you make me chase you all the way home?" Like, she was like, "I'm gonna tell them to revoke your privileges of coming in here," and I'm like, "Girl, what?"
For what?
Like, what is your freaking problem? Like, he's just trying to figure out. You asked me to help get Penelope out. I helped get her out. Now you got a freaking problem. So she's like, well, this was before I knew that you could possibly be an accessory or you could be a part of the problem. He's like, why are you still mad? She was like, I have every right to be upset, but this isn't about, what did he say? Hold on. He's saying it now. He's like, let me know what's wrong with you. She says, obviously something's wrong. He was like, he was like, so obviously something's wrong. You bolted out. And she was like, why'd you agree to represent Penelope? So he was like, I'm sorry. What is happening? Did MTV bring back Punked? He's like, you literally asked me to represent her. What now? You're pissed that I actually got her out? And she was like, maybe you're doing that to clear your guilty conscience. I'm still working through it. And he was like, what's to feel guilty about? And she says, I really want to believe you. And I'm like, girl, what is wrong? She was like, you haven't been telling me a lot of things. And she's like, maybe you got her out for, my benefit or possible revenge. Andy,
Revenge on who?
for I guess Gary, it's possible revenge with him doing, sticking it in Gary's chest. That's revenge for him, getting rid of him because he tried to steal his law firm and because, he was going to marry Andy. Child, who knows? Who freaking knows?
Okay.
So, moving on because this is dumb. We get to the last scene. Karen opens up, somebody's knocking on the door. Karen opens the door and it's Fatima. And she says, we need to talk. First of all, Fatima, y'all just had a whole conversation.
Sure did.
About you not liking that Karen pops up at y'all house and, she coming over there with some drama, being messy and this, that, and the third. But you are popping up over Karen's house. So why is it okay for you to do it, but it's not okay when she do it? Mind you, I don't like when Karen does it either.
Right.
But that doesn't give you room to be like, okay, well, she did it 5 times. I only did it 1 time. So I got 4 more chances. No, if you agree to stop, you stop. Cut it off. Stop doing it.
But that's Fatima, though. Fatima is the girl that the rules apply to everybody but her. I can do this, I can act like this, I can do all the things, but you can't. And you need to be okay when I do it because it's me. Like, that's been Fatima MO since the beginning.
And that's
especially
ridiculous.
when her and Zach started talking.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's absolutely insane to me. So here she go with her double standards coming over here. So I want to know what fuck she got to be talking about that she couldn't let the lady know that she was coming over there. If y'all trying to turn over a new leaf.
It's about to be this Gary situation.
Child, who knows? But Agent Mott goes in and he has these pictures in a folder. He goes to the hospital to talk to Gary. So first he shows a picture of Sabrina. He was like, I'm going to see if any of these pictures jog your memory. And Gary was like, oh, no, I don't know who that is. Then he shows a picture of Danny. He was like, I don't know who that is. Then he shows Karen and he was like, nah, she don't look familiar. Then he shows a picture of Penelope. And Gary was like, "Oh, that's that crazy woman that was coming in here talking about babies and this, that, and the third." And he was like, "But I don't know. That's all I remember of her." Then he showed a picture of Fatima. And he was like, "Oh my God." He's like, "She did this to me." I'm like, "Gary, you are faking your ass off. You've been faking all this time. You just been trying to pin this on Fatima."
Oh my
Child,
gosh.
what are your thoughts on him doing all of that? And why is he trying to pin it on Fatima? What's the
I'm with
benefit?
you. I do think that he been playing a little bit, a
Mm-hmm.
little bit or a lot of bit, but one
A
of them
lot of
he
it.
been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
He been playing, and I do think that. Ooh, but why Fatima and not Zach though? Cause he stole Zach money. It'll be
Right.
easier throw Zach in jail. I ain't got to pay him the money back. But then with Fatima, Andy do be listening to Fatima, and maybe he can look at it like if I get Fatima out the way, me and Andy can go live happily ever after. I don't know.
As
This is dumb. I don't know.
yeah, I
Oh,
think he doesn't like how Fatima defends Andy. So I feel like if he gets Andy out of the way, I mean, if he gets
see,
Fatima out of the way, then that's getting her guard dog out the way or whatever.
I
Then
agree. Yeah,
there's no
that's what I'm
Madeline.
thinking.
There's nobody that's gonna throw him on top of the car and end his life like they almost did with Hayden. Like Andy doesn't have any backup because the other girls ain't gonna do nothing. They just
Sure
talk a
isn't.
bunch of crap.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that's what it is with
Mm-hmm.
that, because that could be the only logical thing.
Yeah. So I think he gonna try to pin it on her and Zach. That's what I think because he don't want to pay Zach his money back, and he want to get Fatima out the way so that she can't defend Andy anymore.
But I'm at this point too, though. I do think that it's about time for them to start wrapping this up. Like, come
Yeah.
on, let's at least get to the point to where we're honing in on the person, you know, and then at the last minute it switch out that it ain't really this person. Because we started off with Penelope. Okay, Penelope told her part, it ain't her. Okay, whatever. We gonna have to do something better. Or maybe it
Yeah.
really is Penelope, but I don't know.
Child. Who knows, child? Who effing knows?
I don't know. This is dumb. It's dumb.
Very dumb. We've been trying to make it work. We've been
We
trying.
tried. We tried to push through.
We did. Mm, mm, mm.
Mm.
But we live to see another week of
Right.
foolishness.
We got right. I don't know. This is weird.
Child. But anyway,
Hopefully it gets
as
better.
Sistas turns, thank y'all for
Pretty
watching.
much.
Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to both channels. Okay, so when you roll up out of here, subscribe and then go on over to Deep Conversations with Sean and subscribe. Okay,
Please and thank you.
I'm also going to, yes, please, expeditiously. So I'm going to also put timestamps on this video for when Zatima ends and Sister starts. So if y'all want to go back and catch the replay, you can go right to what you want to see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, so y'all continue to share your comments as you watch the video. We love to respond back and get your thoughts. And until next time, we will see you in the next video. Good night, cousin. I love me
Bye
some Pacino.
guys. Oh,
Bye, y'all.
they got a
Yes.
balloons.